Hello and welcome back to my channel for yet another Pompey preview. This time it is Pompey back at home, back at Fortress Fratton, and we're facing Blackpool. Now Blackpool, they're a side that you can't underestimate them once again. They do sit 14th in the table at the minute. Neil Critchley's men are on 37 points this campaign and they're in a decent run of form. I'm going to start now by asking, if you are new, please do subscribe down below. Blackpool fans, let me know what you think of the game in the comments. Please like the video, can we get 10 likes? But we'll do this quickly because I know a lot of you don't really want to be sat here for 10 minutes talking about the next game, and I don't really want any more comments calling me an Aldershot fan. But we'll move on. Blackpool's last 5 games, they've only lost 1 of them. They started with a 1-1 draw away at the KCOM to Hull. They then beat Wigan 5-0 at the DW Stadium. They then beat Northampton 2-0 at home. They then travelled to Ipswich and lost 2-0 and then came back from that one with a 1-0 win at home over Rochdale. Now, Blackpool are one of those teams that seem to be better at home. Now, they beat us. Our first away league defeat of the season did come to Blackpool. They're the only side, well, one of 2 sides to actually take 3 points of us away. So, you know, they could do it at home. There is nothing stopping them from doing it again. However, they're one of those teams away from home that they're not as good away. They've played 14 away from home, winning 4, drawing 3 and losing 7. That leaves them on 15 points away from home. If you put that in a table of teams away from home, they do sit 16th. Now that's not particularly great. That's not bad, don't get me wrong. That's not like relegation form away from home. It's not, they're not winning any away. But they're mid-table. Pompey need to be bettering teams like Blackpool. I know Tuesday night was shocking, but we've talked about that already. We needed to win that, we didn't. Today, though, is massive because a few games are going on as well that are big as well. There's a few of Blackpool's key players that we'll go through. First one I've got is Marvin Ikepteta. I've definitely pronounced that wrong. The centre-back. Then we've got James Husband, their left-back. Kenny Dougal, a centre-mid. And CJ Hamilton, who is a winger. Now, Dougal, he's on loan, I believe. He's an Australian, good winger. CJ Hamilton, everyone knows a lot about him. He's quite fast, he's quite skillful on the wing. James Husband and Ikepteta, clearly good defenders. And I think that's what Blackpool pride themselves on, is their defence. I don't think they're so much an outscoring side. I think they're more of, we'll defend and hit you on the counter, get one and defend it. I know, obviously, they did beat Wigan 5-0, but you look at it, you 1-1, you 2-0, you 1-0. They're not getting 3-0, 3-1s. You're not getting games like that where they're just casually kind of going out the field, scoring, conceding, scoring. But we'll move on to their stats now, before we go into the top scorer and most assists. Their stats though, their attacking stats, their shots on target per 90 minutes is 3.7, 18th in the league. Their big chances created, 27, that's 17th in the league. Their big chances missed is 16th in the league, which is on 21. So they're very good at putting their chances away. Goals per match at 1.2, that sits them 17th in the league again. So once again, as I've said, the attacking aspect of their play isn't there as much as a defensive one is. They seem to be good at putting the chances they get away, but there's not many of them. And when there is them, they do put them away. But goals per match 1.2, so they're just averaging about a goal a match. But their defensive stats are phenomenal, if I'm being honest. Goals conceded per match, 1. 6th in the league for that stats. The 6th best defence in terms of how many they've conceded on average. Clean sheets 10 all season, which is an 8th. Their saves per match is 1.8, which is 24th. And their successful tackles per match is 9.6, which is 13th. Now the key one I've picked up there is the fact that their saves per match is 24th in the league. Now that shows the keeper's not having much to do. You can see this and you're saying, well, they're very good, must have a good keeper. But not necessarily. The defence in front of him could just be very, very solid. And bearing in mind he's not making many saves, I'm going to go for the fact that his defence is clearly very, very good anyway. So, I reckon this will give me a game where there won't be many goals. And if there are, I think they'll be free-flowing. I don't think that if we score 1 or 2, I don't think we'll just go and go 5. I think if we score 1 or 2, they'll then go a bit more attacking and change their way, which could lead the way for us to score more. But you cannot just say, oh yeah, because we've got 2, we'll score more. We've got 1 and Tuesday night and lost 3-1. It happens. But we'll go back now to the top scorer. That is a man called Jerry Yates. He's very good at scoring goals at this level. He has 9 this campaign. What a very good number for a team in mid-table. And then most assists goes to a man called Sully Kaikai. Now, a lot of people know about him. Skillful winger, very good, talented player. But we're going to just quickly go through some of the other fixtures for the day, I suppose, because that's something that we kind of need to do on this. We're going to do EFL talk again tomorrow, but that's more the results as opposed to the games. We'll go through them now though. Gillingham, they host Bristol Rovers, the team that did beat Pompey in midweek. Accrington Stanley then host Shrewsbury. Burton hosts Sunderland. The big game of the day sees Doncaster, who host Hull City. Fleetwood then host Charlton. Another big game now, Oxford, who travel to Ipswich. Northampton face MK Dons at Stadium MK. Peterborough, they host Wimbledon. Pompey obviously do host Blackpool. And then the final few games of the day sees Rochdale face Plymouth. Swindon play Crewe. And Wigan face top of the league Lincoln. Now, there's a few games going on there. We need Wigan to try and pick up something, but they're not really. It seems as though Wigan are sliding down a bit more. But I think the biggest game of the day, though, we'll have a quick look at now, is Doncaster, who face Hull. Now, if you look at these two in the table, you know, 2nd versus 5th, match facts, Doncaster have won 2 and lost 3 in the last 5, while Hull have won 1, drawn 1, lost 3. So Hull aren't in good form, neither are Doncaster. They're both teams that have only combined 3 wins in the last 10 combined games. That's not good. Their head-to-head against each other is fairly even. Doncaster winning 3, Hull winning 2, and then 3 ending in draws. So, as I've said, you never know. Anything can happen in this league. But our head-to-head with Blackpool, we'll have a look. We haven't beat them in our last 3 attempts. Now, I'm not saying we've lost to them in those, but if we look through our last attempts, we lost away to them this season. We drew away to them last season. We lost at home to them last season. And we beat them away back in the 11th of August 2018. So last time we beat Blackpool, we need to be getting a result today. Overall, since we've started playing them, Pompey have won 4, Blackpool have won 4, and there's been 2 draws. We need to beat them today. And I've said this many times in this video, but I'm going to quickly put in a clip now from Lewis.
So here is my review for the game against Blackpool. And it's simple really, we need to win the game. After a poor performance against Bristol Rovers, which was questionable in defence, and it was just a shocking game, we need to bounce back and try and get a win. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be an easy win because we've lost to Blackpool once already. Our home form is very debatable, and they're going to be a tough opponents to beat. So let's hope we choose the right team from the start, and we don't have no defensive problems, and let's hope we can get the win. My prediction for the game is 2-1 Pompey, but like I said, our home form's not the best, so we'll probably draw knowing us. So let's hope we can do it, and out the Blues.
And once again, I don't know what he said, but he's probably made quite a few good points there. I think this is roughly where this video is going to end. We'll have a quick look at the table before today though. Lincoln lead the way on 53 points. Hull is second on 52 points. Peterborough also on 52 points, but they sit on 3rd on goal difference. Pompey then sit 4th on 48 points with a bit of a gap there. We need to try and close that. Doncaster sitting 5th on 48 points with a game in hand over Portsmouth. Accrington sits 6th with a game in hand over Pompey on 45 points. Then there's Sunderland, Oxford and Charlton, all chasing the playoffs with only a point between them all. Then the bottom half of the table, Blackpool obviously 14th, they're not in any danger of this. Burton sit bottom on 22, Wigan then second bottom on 24, Swindon 22nd on 24 points as well, Northampton 21st on 25 points, Wimbledon 20th on 25 points, and Rochdale 26 points in 19th. But thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the review after the game.